we'll get it. Somebody didn't put it in the folder. I know I put it out. Yeah, yes, I'll get it there. Okay, here's the review. Okay, guys, we've already been interrupted. Let's keep going here. Now, I decided you guys don't know how to study for geometry tests, so I'm helping you out. This sheet of paper that I gave you, this buff sheet of paper, has everything on it that you need to be able to do. You need to be able to do the constructions, and some people are doing them right now. Come in tomorrow morning if I don't get to you individually today. I'm hoping to get there. Okay, guys? You need to do all of those things. Now, I didn't put any space for you to do them either in the packet. Add and subtract segments. You just take a segment. If I have this segment and then this one, I copy it, and then I copy this one end to end. And if you're going to subtract it, then I have to go this way, and the result will be this piece right there. Yeah, that's all you have to do. Yeah. Okay, but I want to get into the other stuff. There's two parts, the constructions, and I'm better off helping you individually on the constructions. And then there are all the conjectures. And there they are. There's 6 of them that you have to know. What's the triangle sum conjecture? Why is this out? What's the, TJ, what's this triangle sum conjecture? Do you know? Sum of the angles in a triangle has to add up to 180. If you have a question on that, you got to tell me. You always got to tell me if you got a question. Okay? So don't let it go if you're not understanding something, because I don't know. So if I have a triangle here, A, B, and C, that means A plus B plus C equals 180. The angles. It's an angle. Sorry, I don't like write it. Now, the exterior angle theorem, if I just extend this, okay, guys? Zach, if I said this is exterior, it's outside the triangle. It equals AB. Let's call it Z. This angle is equal to this one plus that one. Don't want to have the same tick marks. So the exterior angle, measure of angle Z, or actually just call it Z, because that does stand for measure. Z is equal to A plus B. It's convenient. It makes things a little easier. You don't have to know it, though, to find any of these angles. Okay, Zach? Because I know that C plus C gives you 180. Let's write that down. Do you guys see the straight lines? Okay, TJ? See the straight lines? Anytime you have a straight line, the sum of those two angles will equal 180. That's from the last unit. I didn't review it in the other class. Okay, what about the isosceles triangle conjecture? If you have an isosceles triangle, what does that tell you? The base angles are congruent. I do it with visuals. So if they tell me it's isosceles, I really know a bunch of stuff. I know that two sides are equal. I know the base angles are equal. What if they tell me the base angles are equal? Then what's true about the sides? They're equal. Or the triangle's isosceles. This is different than what you did in algebra. We use algebra to help us, but now we have to think and problem solve and solve puzzles. I think it's kind of fun because they're puzzles, and they're not always clear, by the way. How about the triangle inequality? Now, you don't have to know these by name, but you do have to know how to use them. If I have 3 sides of a triangle, how do I know if I have a triangle? The sum of any 2 sides has to be greater than the third side. I'm going to write that. The sum of any 2 sides is greater than the third side. and you give me two other inequalities, because there's more than one. Yes. A plus C. Okay. Excellent. And when you do the Triangle Inequalities Act, you got to check all of them. You might find two that work, and the third one doesn't work. We're going to do a problem that's going to use that. Okay, so we know the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180. We know that the angle outside a triangle is equal to the sum of the two remote interiors. That one's a little tricky. We know if we have an isosceles triangle, we have the sides congruent, the base angles are congruent, and vice versa. And we now can order we can determine if we have a triangle by looking at the sum of the sides. Then there's the side angle inequality conjecture, which says the side opposite the largest angle is the largest side. Oh, I better print that. That doesn't look very good. And if you think about this, this makes sense. Okay, Zach? No, the other Zach. Yeah, don't do that, you guys. Okay, here's the angle. That's a big angle. Look at the side opposite. Isn't that bigger than the other side? Doesn't that make sense? This is a big angle. If I have a little angle, there's a little angle. Isn't that side smaller than the other sides? Well, look at it. I put everything up on Schoology, yes. The side opposite, this part right here, largest angle is the largest side. So let me just make up a triangle here. So this is 150, this is 10, and this is 20. Order the sides from largest to smallest. So which is the biggest? B, followed by, it's the opposite side. So you got to go across, so it's A. And then the last one, of course, is no choice but for it to be this way. C. All right. Okay, so that summarizes what you have to know and be able to do in this unit. Yes? Descending means you're going to go from smallest to largest. And by the way, if that's a question on the test and you don't know what the directions are asking, you can always ask those questions. The worst thing I'm going to say is I can't tell you, but I would tell you that because I don't want you to get it wrong because you don't know a vocab word. Okay, Garrison? Yes. Zach? Largest to smallest. I might have. Yes, ascending is getting bigger. Okay, there's a problem. Have you tried it yet? Headset off. I know, they're not paying attention. Guys, headset off. Let's do this problem. I got it to work. I'm so happy because it was not an easy thing to do, to write problems that'll work and give you nice numbers. Okay, what are we going to get here? What do we know about the three angles of a triangle? This is what I'm thinking when I take the test. Emmanuel? They add up to 180. So can we write an equation? This is not one where I can go subtracting from 180, unfortunately. I have to actually write the equation. Angle A plus angle B, and you guys do it with me, plus angle C has to add up to 180. I made the numbers nice. I didn't want to deal with bad numbers. Anybody tell me what the x's add up to? 9x. What happens to the numbers? Yeah, 9x, that's 0, equals 180. What's x? 20. Now, that didn't answer the question, though, but I have to find that. Okay, is everybody okay with that? And then now, find the measure of each angle. So how big is angle A? It's 2x, so it's 2 times 20 or 40. What about this one, 4x minus 5? So it's 2 times 20 minus 5. Somebody said it. Oh, 4 times 20. Somebody said it. That's 80 minus 5 is 75. I could subtract from 180, or I could just do 3 times 20. That's easier. That's 65. Now, is that an isosceles triangle? Why not? Not because. Test. I don't know about the sides. What do I know? The angles, which does tell me the sides, but initially I know I don't have two congruent angles. Need two congruent angles, but we don't have that.
I have a question on the packet.
Mm-hmm.
On the white one.
Yes.
It says construct a 30-degree angle.
I would have to construct an equilateral triangle, because the angles in an equilateral triangle are 60, and then bisect the angle. Okay. I'm sure they're not going to ask that on the test. No, so I'm going to say skip those. If it's on the test, I'll be unhappy, because we didn't really do anything like that. It would be like an R4. If you made an equilateral triangle, all the angles are what? 60. You know that, and you just have to bisect that. So you can think about how you get a 135-degree angle. They're great problems, but we didn't go into that kind of depth.
All right, so you don't want to do that.
No. How about this problem? It says find, this is what I know, and I'm sorry, these are the best tick marks I can make. What does this mean, those little marks? Those sides are what? No. They're equal. So what kind of triangle is it? Isosceles. Can we find how long the sides are? It says find the length of each side. Sorry, it's all in blue. If they're equal, what's true about 2y plus 3 and 4y minus 7? They're equal. So you take the geometry to come up with an equation you can solve and find out what the length of the sides are. So I'll let you do that. Tell me what y is. Do you see that, Sydney? This side's length is equal to this side length. So I just set those values equal. Find the y that makes them equal. What's y equal to? TJ? TJ, what's y equal to? Solve it. Yeah. I didn't make it hard. Because I don't think I made it hard. This is what we used algebra for. Manuel, you got it?
Oh, I know what it is.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Yeah. Did you get 5? Y equal, there's 2 problems. There's like a lot of problems in one problem. Okay. Because if you subtract 2y, you get 2y here. If you add 7, you get 10.
I know how to find x.
Is it minus 5?
Because I don't know anything about 6y. What is it that's equal? The yellow pieces are
I know
equal.
what x is.
Okay. Then get it, now they might give me the perimeter. That's a different question. Well, wait a minute. Let's answer this question. How long is each side? If y is 5, how big is this side? 2 times 5 plus 3. That's 13. Do I have to do the calculation over there? No, I could check it. Make sure I got 13. And then what's this side? 25. Is this triangle possible?
Yeah.
Sorry. You do it. No. This is 30. Whoops. That's 30. What's true if I add the 2 sides? They have to be what? Greater than the 30, are they? TJ, are they bigger than 30? No. So it's not a triangle, but we'll go ahead and find x anyway. Pretend it is. If this is 5x, how big is this one? 5x. So what's true about the sum of the angles? This is why I had problems in geometry too. You have to think. Equals 180. So what is this? No, it's adding. 10x subtract 30 equals 150 and divide by 10. How big is x? No, it's 15. How big are those base angles then? If 5 times that. Anybody know what 5 times 15 is? Garrett, you know? What is it? 75. But it fails to be a triangle because the sum of any two sides is not bigger than the third. The other ones work, but not this one. So there were a lot of problems in here. I got in the fact that the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180. I got in the fact that it's isosceles, these legs are equal. I got the triangle inequality in there. I got a lot of stuff into one problem. Not hard to do, really, not in geometry. Okay, so when you are studying, when you take your test tomorrow, you need to go back and think about all of these deals there. Which one applies? Which one will give me an equation? Cool. It's not possible because this side was 13, that's 13, and this is 30. If I add that up, that's 26, which is clearly less than 30, so it's not possible. I made it that way on purpose. Yeah. Yeah. And probably not that many because you were doing Marzano, so you probably have 8 R2s and 4 R3s. 12. 1. So the rest of the time, I'd like to be able to answer individual questions, especially on the constructions. So let me stop this. And